cucina. Cucina means kitchen in Italian. I bring you healthy food, delicious, wonderful meals. What I'm going to show you today is one of my grandmother's favorites. And it's just a very simple dish. And I went and picked today my wonderful green onions that I planted. And I always talk to you guys, when you plant the bottom, you know, when you cut the onion that has the, you know, the little hairs, the little arms, you plant that. And then your green onions will grow. So these are my harvest from my green onions. So you can cut it 4 times and then you have to replace the plant. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show, first thing, the prima cosa, we are going to put on a fadale so we can keep ourselves, you know, nice and looking good and clean. So this marinade has evolved. You know, my grandmother would not do this marinade. She would use all kinds of different things, but I kind of made it my own. So what I'm going to go do now is I'm going to go grab my meat. And this meat, it's, you know, you don't want to, you want to use like maybe like a chuck, some chuck, you know, chuck roast that you would use to make a chuck roast. That is the kind of meat that I'm going to be using, but they're just two little sticks. It's just my husband and I, and I'll be right back. I'm going to go to the refrigerator because the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a marinade. And then I'm going to take you through the whole process. We're going to cook it, we're going to plate it, and then we are going to enjoy lunch. Also, this can also be dinner, but I'm going to be serving this for lunch because I am not making dinner, because sometimes I like to have a big lunch and do something very small, you know, like a little salad for dinner, okay? I'll be right back. One minuto, 1 minuto. La 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 la. And what I have here is, I always talk to you, I always wash my meat, put it in paper towels, keeps it nice and refreshed. So I'm going to be utilizing, you know, these little guys, and they have that little vein, and I'm going to slice it very thin, okay? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on the side because I'm going to make the marinade, and then we're going to put the meat. So get yourself a nice little bowl, and it's very simple, guys, very, very simple. We're going to be utilizing some soy sauce. I am using low sodium. I'm also going to be using some Worcestershire sauce, okay? I am going to be using a little bit of lemon. I'm going to be using some garlic, and aspetta e la sale, and a little bit of olive oil. Because that's what we always use. So what I want to do first is, and I'm going to be using frozen broccoli, organic frozen broccoli. So it's going to be very easy. Especially, I know that some of my meals get to be a lot of things, but this is going to be easy. So it's already been in the refrigerator. I have it on a nice cold plate so it can hang out for a little bit. Nothing is going to happen to the meat. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do with this, okay, is I am going to take 2 cloves of garlic. 2 cloves of garlic. Very simple transaction. Very simple, easy. And my grandmother loved broccoli. Mamma mia, she loved all kinds of, you know, she just loved things like that. And it really showed in my family because, you know, everybody in our family loves broccoli. And I know that broccoli sometimes can be, I'm going to say it, gassy. And that is the reason why I am going to introduce some ginger into this, because ginger is very good for your stomach. All right, guys, so it's very simple, and this marinade is actually going to be a part of everything. So we want to build flavor upon flavor upon flavor, because it's all going to be just that little steak with broccoli. Super easy. Okay. I know that I've gotten a lot of you that have contacted me saying, you make everything so simple and so fast, Elena. You do it so with such grace and such ease. I'm 63 years old. I have been cooking since I was 15 years old, okay? So it's been a long time cooking. So don't stress yourself out. Cooking should be fun. All right, I'm going to get like a bigger whole grater, because what I want to do is I want to use my wonderful ginger. And ginger, I always talk about ginger. Let me know what I'm going to get. I'm going to get a little chiquitito. A little chiquitito, guys, because I just want to take the skin out. And you see what I'm doing, guys? Very simple. You see, look at that. It comes like that. And I'm also going to be drying ginger. And the way that I dry ginger, and then I grind my ginger, is I just slice it, and I just sit it out. And I don't know why in my house everything dries out perfectly. I don't know why. Maybe it's because, you know, there's not so much humidity, because I keep my windows closed. I don't know. Okay, so how much ginger? Well, it depends. If you, it's not going to be super gingery. So when you have a little ginger that has these little things right here, guys, don't throw the whole entire ginger away. Just cut these little things off. It comes right off, okay? And then, you know, we always have our little hot pail to make it so much easier and simpler for us. So this is a very healthy meal. It's been healthy. So again, you know, I'm just going to cut it in maybe less than a tablespoon, like so. So now I have my 2 cloves of garlic, maybe a tablespoon of ginger. Okay, so that takes care of that. So I'm going to put the ginger away because I'm all done, and I have a little thing right here for the ginger. All right, since I already have my 2 other little pieces of garlic, I am going to cut those guys up too, because I am going to be adding, I am going to saute my meat with my garlic. Well, actually with my broccoli. I take it back, with my broccoli. I'm just thinking. So I'm just going to slice this. No big deal. Slice. Just put that to the side. Boom. You're done. Okay, so now to this. To the garlic and the ginger. Okay? We have onion powder. Alright, so what we are going to do is I'm gonna use, I'm measuring one of these so you guys know exactly what to use, and I want to use a teaspoon of onion powder. Very easy, very simple. Okay, even though there's going to be some soy sauce and Worcestershire sauce, I'm still going to put a tiny pinch of salt. Very tiny. We use very little salt in our home. And then I'm going to use a tablespoon of olive oil, because I can always remove or I can add. And this will keep our, I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Because, you know, for me, I don't, as you know, I don't cook measuring. I eye everything, and that's how I grew up. That's how my grandmother, that's how we all grew up, with all of that. Okay, I haven't done anything with the green onions yet. Aspetta. Okay, because right now, what I want to do is I want to get my meat in here. Okay, so now to this, I am going to utilize not an entire half of lemon. So I'm going to cut the lemon in half, because we can always make water. And let me tell you something about lemon. Lemon is high in magnesium, and it's wonderful electrolytes for you. So it's healthy for you. So what I'm going to do, once I take my lemon, I'm going to cut it again. So I'm just going to, if I have an entire lemon, okay, this I'm going to slice for my water. Then I cut the other half in another half. Okay. So for all you mathematicians that are very good at this, I don't know, a quarter. So a quarter of a lemon, because that's what's going to give the little bit of acid, and it's not going to cook the meat. It's just going to make the meat, you know, marinate a little bit more. So let me put that over here. Very, very easy, guys. Super, 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 super easy. And I have my broccoli in the freezer, and and then remember, this can also go for water, so I'm going to put that on the side in the little bowl that I have it. And you know, and make it a lot easier for you, because you can always take these towels and put them in, you know, in the dishwasher. So, you know, if you want to have something like, I have a setup like this. And actually, this is what I use even when I am not filming. All right, so now we have this wonderful mixture like so. Okay, so now to this, we are going to get the soy sauce, and we are going to get the Worcestershire sauce. So what I want to do is I want to use 2 tablespoons of the Worcestershire sauce. I love Worcestershire sauce. Everybody has Worcestershire sauce, maybe just a little bit. And then I'm using low sodium, about, 1.5, because this is going to be the marinade. All right, so you know what I forgot? Aspetta, buon minuto. I forgot the black pepper. We gotta have a little, a little more spice. Not that we need more spice. Okay, so then I'm gonna put that in there like so. Okay, so you see what I'm doing? Very simple transaction, very easy marinade. Look how beautiful that is. Look how beautiful that is. All right, so now I'm gonna put that on the side because what I wanna do is I wanna slice my green onions, because once I slice everything, then the meat's gonna come on the board, and then I'm gonna show you how we're gonna prepare the meat, because I wanna take you from the beginning to the end. So what we wanna do here, oh, I thought I lost somebody. The cat, but thank goodness it stopped right here. My stomach, actually my stomach is getting smaller. So green onions, green onions, they're so underutilized, and we used a lot of green onions. We love green onions in my family of origin. And I can cut these green onions, and hopefully they are not gonna come back and get me, because green onions usually do kind of get me a little bit. Okay, so wonderful, wonderful, wonderful deliciousness. So now what we have here, oh, you know what I forgot? Oh my goodness, I forgot a little bowl. Okay, let me go grab my little bowl. Alrighty, where is my bowl? I disappear all the time. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make my garlic in this little thing right here in another little bowl. If I was not showing you, I would be moving this whole thing over there. But I need my board to cut, so I'm just going to put all of this, because all of this is going to go with our broccoli. Because I'm going to show you step by step. So over here we have garlic and green onions. And how much green onions? 4 or 5 green onions, okay? So now that I have cut everything, I am going to make my gravy. Yes, so it's going to be a little bit of a gravy here. And I am utilizing vegetable broth, and I'm utilizing low sodium, vegan. If you don't have to, you can use whatever. My health is very important to me, so I would use whatever I can. And these things, when they go on sale, I buy one, get one free. That's when I take advantage. So I'm using a quarter cup. Because I want flavor in this, not water. And I'm gonna put this on the side over here, and to this, okay, to the vegetable broth, I am going to add another teaspoon of onion powder. And I'm really getting very low on my onion powder. Here we go. Flavor upon flavor upon flavor upon flavor upon flavor. All right, so now, if you were going vegan, obviously vegan, you would not be eating the meat. You could be using, jackfruit or some other type of meat. There's this thing called a gum, and I have it, but I'm not going to use it because you at home have flour. So how much flour? I am going to use a teaspoon of flour in here. All right, and I'm just going to mix it up really well, because what I want to do is I want to get everything prepared and ready. All right, so now that I have that and it's hanging out there, I'll mix it up some more. I'm going to take my meat, because I need to really get my meat in there. So what I do is I take these two guys and I put them on top of each other like so. Okay, 2 pieces together like so. And then what I do is I cut them in half. Get yourself a very sharp knife. And then what I do is I put them on top of that. So now I got a nice big thing here. I push it down, and then I'm going to just slice it like so. See how easy this is, guys? Make sure that you keep your fingers behind the knife. Now when it gets too close to that, okay, just move down to 2. Well, let me put this in here so it starts marinating. Oh yeah, baby, because I want them in there. I want them in there. I want them to marinate. And it's amazing how much flavor you can get. So if there's a little bit of fat, I don't care for fat. Boy, I don't like fat. And I know the fat makes everything delicious, but for me, I never liked fat, even as a child. When I was a child, my grandparents were always trying to get me to eat more fat because I was so skinny. Yeah, I was so skinny. I was like a skeleton. Okay, so now what you want to do is you really want to mix this. As you can see, 2 little steaks make quite a bit. And my husband loves this dish whenever I make it. I don't make it too often enough. All right, so now I have my meat in here. Look how beautiful this is. You see what you're doing. You see what you're doing. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this beef. Look at this. Oh, and the smell is marvelous. Everybody's marrying together. They're all loving each other. Okay, so now I'm going to take this little meat that goes in there. Take this into the dish, the sink, and I'm back here. All right, so now I got my meat. I got my, let me remove this from here. All right. So now I got my meat, I got my mixture that's going to thicken everything. I got my garlic and my green onions, and I'm going to move them over here on this side so I can bring you on this side, because today we're going to be utilizing the top stove. And you know, you can make this, and like I said, it's easy. It's easy. I'm going to move my olive oil on this side. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go grab my frozen broccoli, and I'll be right back. And I want to show this to you guys, because when I go to the store, I get the value pack, even though it's just my husband and I, and this is organic flowerets, okay? And it has its own little zipper. It's got its own little zipper. So let me just cut over here, because sometimes when I cut bags, sometimes I cut the zippers off. And you know, I am not going to worry about that stuff. There's too much stuff to worry about. All right, so I am going to bring my broccoli flowerets right here, okay? So now, my favorite part of everything is when we start cooking. All right, let me go grab you. And we're gonna go for a ride. Okay. So now, hopefully, you guys should be able to see me. No. All right, so I am going to bring this like so. Let's see. Can y'all see this? All right, let me, you know how it is here. I don't have anybody that's filming me, so. All right, so what I want to do is I want to start my pan, make sure it's got a cover. Okay, and make sure it starts to get nice and warm. Let me not break everything around here. I like things to be pretty. All right, so to here, what I'm going to do is I am just going to put enough, you know, not too much oil, like so. So I got this going on. I got my beef going on. Get yourself one of these little guys, because the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to get our beef going. That's the first thing that we are going to do, because it's got all these flavors, and we want flavors upon flavors upon flavors, okay? So bear with me. It's like I said, this is a very simple thing, very easy. Let me go grab a measuring cup, because I know you guys like to measure. While my oil is getting hot, remember what I always told you about the oil. You know, where's my sal? And you know, you add a little tiny pinch of sal, and if things starts to, you know, to blue, to start doing its thing, is when you know it's kind of ready. So the first thing that I want to do is get yourself a plate, because you know, yes, that's what I want to hear. I want to hear a sizzle. Yes, yes, and I have it on medium high. All right, so what I'm doing here is I am just going to brown these guys, because it's going to add the flavor. Because we need that flavor. And then everything else comes in. It's very different. It's a very different dish than you know, than broccoli and pasta. There will be no pasta with this. It's just going to be just the wonderful, delicious beef that I have here. with, I'm going to turn it down now, because, and you don't want it really super crowded. So what you just want to do is, you see what it's doing, you see all the beautiful juiciness and all the wonderful things that are coming, that happen in there. And this is a very quick thing. All right, this is very, very quick, guys. So you just want to get this meat, you know, just brown, real quick. Like so, very little, because the meat is going to go back into the broccoli. So now I'm going to remove that. You got to work quick. And like I'm telling you, this is a very lovely, 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 lovely dish. One of my grandmother's favorites. She loved this. And in those days, you know, we didn't have Worcestershire sauce. You know, there were no Worcestershire sauce. And I really can't remember what it was that they used. My grandmother would always make lots of stocks. You know, she would make soups. And sometimes, you know, she would take the bones and cook those bones and cook those bones. And I think she used a lot of that, you know, like bone marrow. And by all means, you could definitely use bone marrow on this too. I've done that before, but I couldn't find the little bone marrows. I was looking for the bone marrows that I used to be able to buy, and they used to come in sticks. So, real quick, you know, as you can see, it's making its juice, and that's exactly what we want. And we don't have to cook the meat all the way. Just to kind of give it a little bit of color. And also, it's building this wonderful sauce. Oh, mamma mia, che bellezza. So I may use all of this, I may not use it. It depends. So now I'm going to go ahead and remove these guys. And don't throw anything away, because this has got juice. You see the juice? So as these guys rest, and I think I have one more. And trust me, don't throw this away. If you have this, don't throw that away. Okay, this little guy, you know, he'll go in there later. All right, so what I want to do is now I want to bring my green onions with my garlic in here. All right, because I'm done with that. I'm not going to use that. Let me grab a... And then I'm going to add these guys that were in here. Because again, guys, you know, this is flavor. You don't want to throw away this flavor. So get rid of that. Get that out of the way. Oh, I do have one little piece of meat that got in here from the other guy. I'm going to move him out of the way. All right, so now you see what's happening here. It's reducing. All right, it's reducing. So at this point, I'm going to take a cup of the flowerets right in there. Maybe 2 cups. It depends on how much in your family. All right, so now that I have that, you see that? You see what I'm doing here, guys? Get it all mixed up in there like so. There we go. Because we want, you know, we want the broccoli now. And the broccoli will start, you know, having its own juice. So, you know, depending on how much broccoli, maybe 3 cups. You know, if you have a big family, you know, this is wonderful. Because, you know, it's got its own little zipper. Well, it did have its own little zipper. But I have a plastic bag that's going to go in. So I'm going to put that on the side. And what I want to do is, I just want to riminiati. Remember what I always tell you, riminiati. So now we're going to add this in it. Make sure you get air, because we really want the juice, guys. We really want the juice. You know, don't forget, you know, use your hands if you need to. Oh, boy. There goes a broccoli. Oh, you know who's going to get that? Reggie. Yeah. Reggie's going to get that. Okay, so now I have this beautiful deliciousness. I'm going to taste with my hands since I already touched everything. Oh, man. Oh, wow. It is so delicious, guys. It is just so, so, so delicious. So remember, this is just in case, you know, I need it. So now what I want to do with this is just I want to cover it. I want to cover it. I want to bring it up to, you know, to like a roaring fire, whatever you want to call it. I call it fire, you know, turning it up a little higher. Okay, because what we want to do is we want everybody to marry each other here. Look how beautiful this looks. And when you cut the meats, you know, thin, it's not rough. It's not rough. So what you want to do with this is, you know, you have to hang out with me for a little bit because, you know, it takes time for it to cook. Because I want to show you from start to finish how to have it. And it's like I said, this is very simple, very easy. It's something that, you know, you may or may not have. Can you do it with chicken? Yes, but it's not the same. You have to have the beef. You gotta have the beef. You know, it's so funny. Every time I say that, it reminds me when my mother-in-law came for the first time at my mother's house for us to have the spaghetti, and my mother said, "Oh, I have made some lamb in meatballs," and my mother-in-law goes, "Oh, I don't know if I like lamb. I don't ever had any lamb." And my mother goes, "Oh, don't worry, we have the beef." Oh my goodness, we gotta have fun with life, guys. Okay, so right now, you know, a few more minutes. It doesn't take a lot. Look at this deliciousness. You see what is done over here, all that juice, all that wonderful things. And look at this. I mean, it's been a few minutes. We're gonna give it a few more minutes left. Just a few more minutes. Just a few little more minutes. In the meantime, I am going to go grab some parsley because I'm going to show you how we're going to decorate it. So how you're going to serve it for your family. So give yourself some broccoli, just a few little leaves. Okay? Just a few little leaves. I am going to go ahead and put my broccoli back in the freezer as long as that is cooking the way it is. It's doing its thing. It's doing its thing. And that's exactly what we wanted to do. Its thing. All right. I am going to grab a board so I can show you how we're going to finish it. All right. Because, you know, we don't have a bunch of people here that does all this stuff. And it's just me and you. And a dog named Reggie. All right, so now I'm going to turn this off. All right, because now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add some of this to thicken it up. And this is going to go quick because this is thickening up now. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, baby. Look at that. And it's almost noon. And we love our lunch. So, you know, you got to give it a minute for it to make the gravy. See, look at the beautiful gravy. Look at that gravy. Oh, mamma mia, che bellezza, che queste cose, mamma mia. All right, so now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a spoon. A little spoon, because I'm going to taste this. Oh. You know, it's just the way I remember how my grandmother would make it. All right, so what I want to do with this, you're going to just take a long pin like so, and you're just going to, see what I'm doing right here? Look at that. Oh, mamma mia. All right, guys, I am going to put it over here, and I'm going to come with me. Oh, Reggie, you just knocked my thing over. And Reggie, every time there's meat, Reggie's like, oh my God, there's meat. There's the meat. All right, so now we have this beautiful deliciousness that you guys made. So then what I would do with this is I would just take some wonderful parsley and, you know, more green, and then add it like so. Look at this. See how simple and easy. In less than a half an hour, you have this marvelous, delicious broccoli and a wonderful steccacella. I want to thank you so much for joining me today in my beautiful cucina. I bring you lots of beautiful dishes, lots of healthy dishes. I love you. Take care of yourself. Wear a mask. Be kind. Be safe. Ciao, Belly. I love you. I love you. Enjoy this beautiful dish. Enjoy it. I love you. Ciao, Belly.